Hi, I'm Jack. You join me in Oxford on the Richworth Linear Complex. I arrived early this morning, I've had a good walk round, found a couple of pegs on St John's. This is only the second time I've been to this venue, so it's a bit different to what I'm used to. It'll be interesting to see whether my approach and my tactics still work on this venue. So without further ado, I'll get into the swim and get some rods out. Right, so you join me down in the swim. I've just had a little flick around with a light lead on some braid. As I'm in a little corner here, I don't really want to be crashing sort of like marker floats out and 4-ounce leads. So just a little light lead on some braid. Flicked out the right hand rod, sort of pretty clear out there. And I kept pulling back, and then I found like locked up behind a bit of weed. So I've give it a couple of foot and sort of clipped up behind that one. The middle rod, I've got a big non-fishing bank running up to my left. No one can obviously fish up there, so I can walk down there again with the little light lead on the braid, flicking down off the bottom of the shelf, just trying to find where the gravel meets the silt, and that's probably going to be my middle rod. And then my left hand rod, I'm going to put up on top of the shelf. It's quite a hot day, high pressure. Imagine the fish are going to be sort of like up on the surface, so that just sort of gives me a bit of like covers all sort of bases then, and I can sort of bait in a line, so bait across from the left hand rod up on the shelf, sort of bait down the shelf to the middle rod. Just feel that would probably give me my best option, so I'm going to try and get some rigs tied up, get the rods wrapped out and get them out in the lake. Right, that's the rods out. I've already changed things up a little bit. I've decided to go out with 2 zigs over on that right hand spot. I've seen a couple of fish show further to the right, but I can't go too far around because of Steve's lines. Yeah, I've decided to go in with 2 zigs, 8-foot zigs, it's probably a foot under the surface, try and get them up in the water a bit, because on a day like today, there's no point trying to have all 3 rods on the deck. Try and make the most of the opportunity. I've still got the left hand rod over on the shelf, so again there's a chance that could go throughout the day. And yeah, just trying to scratch for a bite really. I just want to nick a bite without going in too mad, and I think zigs are probably going to be my best option. Steve? We're away, Steve. Wave, it feels more like a line, but hopefully the lead's gone. That might be oh, there we go, a little bit of movement. Scaly one, isn't it? Come on, please go in the net. This is the 369 net, but I've left a 9-foot extension at home like a twat, haven't I? Come on, pressure off. Whew. Lovely. That 29 4-ounce lovely mirror taken on the zig on my right hand rod. Glad that I put 2 zigs out there now, about 8 foot, 7.5, 8 foot, just under the surface. Hectic battle, weeded me up for a good few minutes. I thought it was a goner, but yeah, on the Avid braid, the braided mainline right through to a leg clip, 12-pound zig line. Everything held fine. Oh, it's playing up a bit now. Lovely through action rod, 3 3/4 pound test curve rod. Still landed this fine on such light tackle. Right, we're in again on the left hand rod this time. Just pulled up tight, just started ticking away. The bite was on the cards. Last half hour or so, there's been quite a few fish showing out there. I'm surprised it took as long as what it did. I thought it'd be one of the zig rods again. But it's a left hand rod that was at the bottom of the shelf over a little bit of bait. It's just done the business, so hopefully I can get this one in as well. Doesn't feel particularly big, this one, but don't matter, they all count. Here he comes. Come on. He's not ready yet. Not. Come on. In you come. Yes. Oh, there we go. Bit airy with the netting on that one. That's a pretty decent fish, that, I think. Oh. Yeah, I reckon it's around the same sort of size. It's been a bit mental now, isn't it? This is what we come for. Lovely scaly mid-30 mirror. Even on the high pressure days with the sun in, like bright hot sun, still managed to get a bite off the bottom. It's to the bottom of the shelf. Just trying to find something a little bit shallower. So yeah, try and keep the bites coming. There we go. Like I said, it's always worth keeping one rod over bait, even in conditions like this when you don't think it's going to work, but can quite sometimes often slip up the better ones. So let's get him back. Hopefully we can get his sister. Put that out of the way. There she goes. just going to wind these rods in. In the last 15 minutes or so, there's been quite a lot of fish showing, just slightly to the left. And now the wind's actually died off, I can see them, they're sheeting up. They're definitely on the bottom. So I'm going to ping a hinge out there, hopefully try get a drop, and yeah, see if we can try and nick a quick bite. What I'm going to do, I'm going to cast this past over the top of the fish and then wind it back in, try and hopefully drop it down. It's a little bit less inconspicuous than crashing a ledge straight on top of their head, so hopefully we get it right. Got a nice drop as well, so hopefully that's fishing. Right, I'm just going to put a solid bag out on the right-hander. There's been quite a lot of that horrible thick blanket type weed, so I just want to make sure that at least, yeah, like one of them's properly presented. I know they tolerate a bit more of a disturbance on these type of venues, so yeah, I'm going out with a solid on this one. So we're just going to do a little recap of what's gone on today. I persevered with baits on the deck. Yesterday, obviously, I had the fish on the zig, but even though the conditions probably looked like it was ziggy today with the clear skies, high air pressure, I knew the weather was coming in. The low pressure is dropping like a stone, so I just sat on my hands, kept the area quiet, and just waited for the fish to turn up. And yeah, paid off. Definitely paid off. Big fish moved in. I think that's quite apparent. You know, the baits definitely picked out the bigger fish. Yeah, so going into tonight, there's not much showing, but all it takes is another group of fish to come in. I think they've established a baited area now, so I think it's working for me. It's just fingers crossed another group of fish come through and try and pick up another couple of fish. So all that's left to say is if you've liked this video, like and subscribe it, and I'll see you on the next one.